to Ask the Ma'ats,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This is my baby, Aiyana.
And this is my baby, Ayize. All right, y'all, we got a question in today from a young woman who is troubled right now. And we're going to do our best to give you some advice. And at the end of the day, as always, you have to decide what's going to work best for you. Mm-hmm. And our listeners and subscribers will give their opinion too. All right. Here's the question. First, she says, "Hi, guys. I love to watch your videos on YouTube." So we got a YouTuber out there. What's up, YouTube? And she says they're very informative and they get you thinking about issues that everyone can work on. I love the fact that you guys are pushing the subject of personal growth and responsibility. And I love that you get that we're doing that. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Okay, here's the question. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 2.5 years now. We have built a strong and fulfilling relationship centered around love and respect. I am very happy with him, and I can very well see myself marrying him. But there is one problem. I am a Christian, and he is a Muslim from Sudan. I don't know what to do. I love him, and I want to spend the rest of my life with him, but I don't know if I can marry a Muslim, just because of the fact of what religion will the children be. Both of us love children deeply and want to have them. He said he was willing to not have children so that issue wouldn't affect us, but I don't want to live a life without children, and I know neither does he. It's a really sticky situation, and it causes arguments sometimes. Neither one of us enforces each other's religion on the other. We both just accept our differences. I just think that if I marry someone of a different religion, that I will be going against my own religion. In the Bible it does say, "Thou shalt not be unequally yoked." I am so confused. I love him so much, and I want to be with him, but I don't know how to look past our religious differences. I would appreciate any advice. All right. This is a complex one. Everybody out there is like, what they gonna say? What they gonna say? Well, Here's what we're gonna say. Start it off.
And as I was listening to this letter, I was sitting over here just kind of pontificating on what the on what my possible response could be. But what I'll say is this: one thing that caught my attention in the letter is that you mentioned that there's one problem. I'm a Christian and he's a Muslim. Mm-hmm. And what I'll challenge you to do in love is I'm challenging you to actually transform or change your paradigm when it comes to your perspective on this particular situation being a problem. Because when you say, I'm a Christian and he's a Muslim, while you call it a problem, someone else might say it's an opportunity for me to enhance who I am as a person. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem. But when it comes to religious differences, what I'll say is that two things are most definitely important in order to make this thing work. And the first thing is respect. Respect the space that he's in, and I'm hoping that he respects the space that you're in.
Sounds like they're doing that.
It really does, and I would say continue to do that. When you're entering into this relationship and you all have different beliefs, you got to do it with an open hand and an empty cup. And the reason why is because we can't step into this thing assuming that what we know is all there is to know. Nor can he assume that what he knows is all and everything that there is to know.
That's right.
So respect his position. He'll respect yours. That's the first thing. The second thing is you got to make sure you're communicating. And it sounds like that's what you all are doing. You got to talk about these things. You all might be on two polar opposite ends of this particular issue, but at the end of the day, as long as you're talking, there's the possibility of you all coming closer together. Mm-hmm. So keep on communicating. And when it comes to your future child, as long as you all are talking about what's going on right now, there should be some communication in place to help you better deal with the child when he or she comes into the world. So keep on talking this thing out.
Mm-hmm. And so to reinforce what my husband has said, I will say again, there is more than one way. Mm-hmm. There is more than one way. So this doesn't have to be a problem. It really can be an opportunity. And so the thing that I would say, I would ask for you to think about as well is, what kind of principles do you all have? Are you lined up in terms of your principles, in terms of your values and your morals and that kind of thing, right? If you are equally yoked in that way, but yet the expression of those principles and those values comes out looking a bit different in terms of the faith, in terms of how you express those things, is that okay with you? Is that okay that he expresses it differently, but at the end of the day, when you're having conversation, that you all are psychologically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally in the same place, And so for a lot of folks, sometimes it gets us real, like, well, he should be doing it like this, and this feels funny because what are those folks over sitting on the pew to the left going to say because, she's not doing it like that. But at the end of the day, if you two are together here and here, then that really is the most important thing. So I really ask that you kind of make a list of what the morals, principles, and values that you all have are, and see if you are lined up in that way. That's really important. The other thing too, lastly, is that there are places on the web, and we can give you some of those. If you send us another email, let us know. We'll give you some resources where folks who are in families who have different religions, they can go to get support and that kind of thing. Because you can do this. That's my thing. You can do this. You can alternate going to the mosque one week, going to church the following week. You can celebrate both faiths in terms of holiday times and that kind of thing, and teach your children about both faiths and about different practices from both places. It can be done, but you have to be proactive. You have to plan it. You have to talk about it ahead of time before your children come into the world, so that you can see, what things people are really passionate about, and the other person is like, well, it's not that big a deal for me in that area, so that you can plan it out, that it's not a reactive thing, but it's proactive. And you already are doing that right now, because you've written in before you have any children, because you're concerned. And then I will stop, but let me just say this. Just know this. If you can say that you love this man to death, you can see yourself marrying him. He is the one. You said some really strong things in this letter about how you feel about him.
So y'all got a connection.
Lots of people ain't got that. Okay? They don't have that. So don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. You have some work cut out for you. But isn't that the business of being in relationship, good, growing relationship, doing some work? I would dare to say yes. So we hope we've been of help to you. Always, always stop playing and start pushing.
Baby, take off your coat. I wanna see you